It's amazing how history repeats itself. If I told you that a guy under 6 feet tall would take over the NBA, making incredible shots with insane handles and was extremely clutch, who's the first person that would pop into your mind? Allen Iverson. But he's not the only person that fits that description. As a matter of fact, there's someone you can watch on your TV every night right now wearing a Boston Celtics jersey that fits that description just as well, and I'm going to explain why. Allow me to introduce you to Isaiah Thomas, although you probably already knew him. This man is currently one of the most underrated players in the entire league, and it frustrates me with the fact that he goes out every night and does some of the things that these guys like Westbrook and Curry and Kyrie do every single night, and he's doing them every single night, and he doesn't get near half the credit for it. And there's a few other players in the league that I feel are also underrated to that point, Jimmy Butler being one of them, but not on the same level as Isaiah Thomas. And I've been trying to figure out, why people overlook him so much. Literally overlook him, not just because he's short, not just because he's 5'9", but is it because they don't feel like he's good enough? Hopefully I'm here to prove to everyone that not only is he good enough, but he's one of the best, and he can be compared to one of the best in the answer, Allen Iverson. Now, let me get this straight right from the jump, right here from the get-go. I'm not saying Isaiah Thomas is better than Allen Iverson. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that just click on the video and automatically hate it just based on the title. I'm saying that you can make an argument that Isaiah Thomas is able to play on that level and has a lot of similarities that can be compared to Allen Iverson, and I believe he should get the same amount of respect, or at least a higher level than what he gets now. And I'm going to dive into some stats, into some research that I've done that are really going to back up my argument. But I just want people to keep an open mind on the fact that to be able to do what these two guys did in the league at that height is incredible, no matter what your numbers are, to even be in the NBA. But to not only be in the NBA, but to dominate once you get there is something that just cannot be comprehended. Like, I don't think people really understand how difficult that is. You're playing out there with giants. The average player is like 6'8", and you're 5'9" to 6 foot. Isaiah Thomas is at least 2 inches shorter than Iverson. And I find it really cool that they've even met, and Iverson's almost been like a type of mentor to Thomas. So I know for a fact that there is some back to this argument. So I want to take a look, or I have taken a look, and I was thinking, I want to see how their stats were compared to each other, because I was scrolling through Twitter the other day, and a picture popped up, and it was of Iverson and Isaiah Thomas, and it was a comparison between the two at the age of 27. And automatically reading the title, I was thinking Iverson's going to blow him out of the water. Then I actually looked at the numbers, and I'm going to put the picture in the video so you can see it. Not only is Isaiah Thomas better in every single category, but he played almost 10 minutes. He played 9 minutes less than Allen Iverson did per game. Allen Iverson played 42.5. Isaiah Thomas plays 33.5 as of the making of this video. And the thing that shocks me even more is, people would make the argument that Iverson was the only offensive weapon on his team. And I believe that the Sixers of that time and the Celtics of this time are two very similar teams as of right now, until the Celtics cash in those draft picks they've been holding on to. So right now, Isaiah Thomas, you would think he is the key component of the offense, and he is. And I wanted to look at the usage percentage, so I looked up into some advanced stats, some metrics and stuff like that, and it shocked me. It was amazing how this played out perfectly, because at the age of 27, both of their usage percentages are exactly the same. They were both used 31.1% of the offense, or 33.1% of the offense. So think about that. So they both are having the same amount of workload. Isaiah Thomas is playing 9 minutes less and he's averaging more points, shooting a better field goal percentage, a better three-point percentage. He's getting more assists, and he has a higher free throw percentage. That blows my mind, because you think about it. You think Iverson, you think one of the most dominant players in the history of the game. So I wanted to dig a little deeper, and because I know that's kind of a standout stat, but it doesn't. Obviously, Iverson has had a better career. So I looked, and really they're not that far apart. Isaiah Thomas has only had 3 seasons in his 7-year NBA career where he's taken at least 15 field goal attempts a game. 1 year when he was with the Kings, and then the past 2 years with the Celtics when he's become the star of the team. So since he's become a star, he's averaging about 25 points a game. But since for the sake of the argument, I said every season when he's shot at least 15 shots a game, he's averaging 23.6 and 6.2 assists. That's pretty good numbers. That's Isaiah Thomas. Iverson, over his career, so over a 14-year career, averaged 26.7 points per game and 6.2 assists. So they averaged the same amount of assists. Iverson averaged about 3 points more. But the crazy thing is, Isaiah Thomas's usage percentage has been around 30 to 33 his whole career. Iverson's with 38. He had 38% usage with the Sixers back in his MVP years. Back in his MVP year and in his stretch of All-Star years. So think about that. It blows my mind that there he is with 38. So he's got 5% more of a usage rate and only 3 points more. So that is really what sparked my idea for this video, because I believe that Isaiah Thomas and Allen Iverson are a lot closer than what people may realize. And hopefully watching this, you'll understand why, and you'll understand how they can be compared, because it's honestly not blasphemous or whatever you want to call it to compare the two. And you look at their on-court comparisons, obviously they're both under 6 feet tall. Iverson's listed at 6 foot, but I mean, you could argue he might be 5'11". I mean, they're both right there around the same height. And so, you know, you look at their skills on the court. Both of them have incredible handles. Both of them are able to shift defenders. Both of them are able to read the defense, react quickly with a quick crossover, quick behind the back. They're able to blow by with their speed. Both of them are extremely quick. And the handles are something that maybe more towards Iverson, but they both possess great handles. The next thing you can look at is their toughness. Allen Iverson is arguably one of the toughest players ever. He played in a league in a time in the NBA when there was lots of big men, Shaq, Yao Ming, clogging the paint, and he was not afraid to go in there and attack those guys. So then you look at Isaiah Thomas. He doesn't play against the same kind of big men, but he is arguably one of the best finishers in the NBA. And that brings me to the next point. They both finish incredibly well, Iverson and Isaiah Thomas. So finishing and toughness can go hand in hand, because both of them are fearless at attacking the paint, not worried about anything other than making the basket, getting a bucket. You look at, they don't back down from any type of challenge. They're hard-nosed, they D up, and that's something that is very underrated in the game today, and that's something they both possess. They're both clutch. I honestly believe Isaiah Thomas may be more so than Iverson, and I may get some flack for saying that. But even as the making of this video, last night he hit a shot to ice the game against Atlanta, and I know Iverson had his share of clutch shots. So I don't want to say. Let me take that back. I don't want to say that Thomas is a better clutch player, but they definitely both possess a clutch gene that's very useful for a guy their size, and that makes them superstars in the league. And then you also look to go with handles. They both have a great shot off the dribble. They can both pull up, whether that be from mid-range or in Thomas's case for 3. And that is one thing that Thomas does hold over Iverson is 3-point shooting ability. And I think that's just a key. I believe if Iverson was playing now, he would be a better 3-point shooter, because you just have to have 3-point shooting ability, and so he'd probably work on it more. But you just look at that comparison. Isaiah Thomas is, for the sake of the argument, a better 3-point shooter. So but both of them have great shots off the dribble. Iverson had one of the best pull-up mid-range games ever. So I don't want it to be something that's like overblown here about what I'm trying to say, because really the key aspect of this argument is just the fact that I believe that Isaiah Thomas does not get enough credit for how good he is, and the only way to show him that credit is to compare him to someone that's considered one of the greatest and show you that he's not that far off. And so I want y'all, this was not really that long of a video, it was more of just a quick hit. I wanted to just tell you what I had to say, and I want to hear what you have to say. You know, leave feedback in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about Isaiah Thomas. Do you think he's underrated? Do you think he can be compared to Iverson? Not necessarily maybe as the same level of a player, but just the play style. So I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. You know, I really appreciate it if you drop a like. It really helps out. Subscribe. If you haven't, turn on post notifications, because the way YouTube's set up now, you may miss some things that I upload, and I got a lot of good things coming, a lot of series I'm working on, and I really appreciate everything you guys do. So I'm not going to take any more of your time. I really appreciate you watching the video, like I said. Hope you enjoyed it. God bless.
Hey, look, this is what it is right here. You know what I mean? Like, this would make me so happy about me being me. Because little killers like that grow up to be like the real killers. You know what I mean? This it right here, man. This the future, baby. This the future. Straight like that.